Hi, my name's Madeline Kopf-Patterson. In recent years, technology has advanced far enough that it's now a feasible possibility that in the very near future, we could be seeing extinct animals walking around in the wild. How cool would that be? Personally, I love it. I'm really interested in it, and I think that it's really cool that that's a possibility now. But how? How do you bring a species back from the dead? Let's find out.
One of the ways of reviving extinct species, as just discussed, is cloning. Scientists use preserved DNA from recently extinct species. The DNA is used to create an embryo that is then placed inside of a surrogate mother of a similar species. If all goes as planned, that surrogate mother will then give birth to an exact replica of the old species. This is the most commonly used strategy because it is the one most likely to succeed, and it also creates the most exact replica of the previously extinct species. The second way is genomic editing. This strategy is one of the most likely to be used to bring back species that went extinct a longer time ago. This one is used if there are only fragments of DNA left, and then scientists can either make educated guesses about the rest of the genome of that species, or they can use the genome from a related species. The third way is known as backbreeding. This strategy works by specially breeding species that are already similar to the species that you are trying to resurrect, and to keep on doing this with a collection of species that have similar characteristics to those of the extinct species. It is nearly impossible to create a perfect clone using this method of resurrection. However, it is possible to create a very similar animal.
Why should we revive them? Let's take a look at one of the greatest examples of an extinct species that could be brought back to life. Mammoths died off a really long time ago, and unfortunately, that means that we don't have any complete DNA samples. As a result, all we have are little snippets of it. Through the process of genomic editing, it's possible that we could revive the woolly mammoth. But why? How would that help? In fact, reviving the woolly mammoth would help preserve the permafrost, which is a huge part of helping to combat climate change. Climate change is the Earth's general trend towards warming, due to carbon dioxide's ability to store heat. If the permafrost were to melt, an estimated 1,700 billion tons of carbon dioxide would. By reviving mammoths, we'd be able to reintroduce them to the Siberian Arctic where they once lived. By walking around on top of the permafrost, they would pack it down, which would make it even harder for the ice to melt, and would therefore preserve the carbon dioxide under the ice, rather than allowing it into the atmosphere to raise temperatures further. Essentially, de-extinction's a thing now. Who'd have thought? Thanks so much for listening. Bye!